let's talk about a couple of those things you mentioned, and the only thing that maybe we can see competing, if you will, with Ethereum. Obviously, Cardano's the big wild card, making some moves in the next couple months. We got Charles here, I think, about 4 weeks from today. We've got, like you said, DOT. It's a lot of these kind of interchain pieces. We've got these second layer solutions like Polygon. But if you look at CoinMarketCap, there's not a lot of other things happening except for DeFi protocols up there that I can see. There's some great apps, Uniswap and Aave and things like that. What do you see in those other competitors, if you will?
I don't, and I don't know is the answer, but I need to have an open mind because this space is too close-minded. The space is because you're rewarded to be tribal and back the only one true thing, true asset. As investors, we need to be careful of that bias. So I don't know. So some very smart people that I know say, listen, Polkadot is a really serious project and this could do this, Filecoin or, there's a bunch of things that become, the people say, listen, you don't really understand the use case yet. And probably in 3 years' time, we'll be talking more about it. So I kind of say, yeah, okay, I'll keep an open mind. I have an open enough mind that I even own Doge. And the reason being is simply put, if the world is network effects, you've got a lot of retail owners, but there's no network because it's not being used. But then you've got Elon Musk telling you, hey, I want to build on this. Why? Well, because he's got all these users, right? He can now raise infinite capital if he becomes, the core side, the other side of the network equation. Mark Cuban started accepting Doge because he realized it's a social thing. People know it's kind of fun, but it also has worked. So he started accepting at Dallas Maps for ticket sales and merch and stuff like that. So now you might end up building a network. So again, I keep an open mind to all of this. People are too quick to say, this is never going to make it. Like Cardano, right? There's a huge fight in the community, Cardano and its smart contracts. And, is it going to amount to anything? Is it going to amount to nothing? I don't know. And that's okay. And we should all be a little bit more comfortable saying, I don't know. It's pretty interesting. Let's see how it goes. I can place a small bet and I can't place a big bet yet because I don't know enough. Maybe you're really in the space and you know it inside out. And you think, yeah, you know what? I can see what's coming down the pipe on the plan. I think this is going to work. I can take a bigger bet. That's okay too. But, I can't because I don't know. I just don't have the bandwidth to take all this in.
Yeah, that is the thing, is bandwidth. I mean, one of the things I'm getting all my students to do is we have a thing called a 10 coin rule. You're not allowed to own more than 10 coins, at least for your first year of investing. That's probably too many because there's so many stories, there's so many rabbit holes, but there's also, seems like a finite number of potential players. And like you said with Cardano, it's interesting because it's been a long time in the works. It's a long-term plan, but it's a call option on something that could be big. And there's not many places that are putting that much effort into that piece. So I guess it's a kind of watch and to be continued.
Yeah, I mean, there's the other one that came out that it's going to take a while to sort this one out. And I don't know which way it's going to go, but you shouldn't write it off, is Dfinity or the internet computer. So unfortunately, it was backed heavily by VCs early on. The people who were allowed liquidity on launch had made tens of thousands of %. And so retail got pretty burnt into that equation. That was ugly and not good and not honorable. I've got several friends who invested in it and they're all locked up still, but there's a bunch that weren't. So that was not good. What those guys have built, I don't even understand. I can't, I've interviewed them. I don't really know, but I kind of figure it's big. It's kind of like, when we first spoke to Charles Hoskinson on Real Vision 2016, 15, it was the same. It's like, it sounds pretty big. I don't know. And Dfinity's, it fell 90 something %. Is that a small call option on something? Could it be worth zero possibly? I don't know. We just have to keep our eye because, even though the adoption is exponential, each token has to go through its adoption curve or failure. And we don't, that takes a bit more time than we think. While we see the whole space doing this, it's really driven by, currently it's really driven by Bitcoin, Ethereum, and DeFi. The other protocols, It's going to take more time.